How's it going, everybody? My name is Duan. I'm representing the United States of America.
Woo!
What does it mean to win Bacardi Legacy? What does it mean to represent Bacardi on a global scale? I thought about it. Let's be honest, we're all here because we know how to make a balanced cocktail. We're all here because we know proper technique. So what sets me apart? What makes me different? I want to create something so much more than just a cocktail. I want to create a movement, something that brought a community together. Now, about 6 months ago, my family's restaurant was targeted for a $4 lawsuit. Can you believe that, $4? It started out with the email exchange between a Harvard professor and I, a little too much time on his hands. Not to get into too much details, but once the emails went public, went viral. These were the features that we got featured on Boston.com, Business Insider, Fox News, Fortune.com, CNN, CBS, NBC, Wall Street Journal. I was even on the cover homepage of Bing as well as Yahoo. I received an overwhelming amount of support from people from all over the world. Thousands of emails from my inbox telling me about their journey, their struggles, how their family could relate to mine. I suddenly became this symbol of what it is to be the American dream overnight. Now, one of the emails that really stood out to me was from a Harvard student named John Staff. He wanted to save face for Harvard. He emailed me, apologized, and he also wanted help on this fundraiser idea he had. His fundraiser was to have Harvard students donate $4 to the Greater Boston Food Bank to support community as well as hunger. Now, this was around the same time when I was developing my Bacardi Legacy campaign. And I was doing research on BacardiLimited.com, the corporate restaurant. I stumbled upon the 2014 Corporate Responsibility Report, which I hear no one reads, but I did. I discovered that Bacardi was composed of 5 core pillars: marketplace, environment, health, and safety, responsible sourcing, and most importantly, the last 2 that really resonated with me that I used in my campaign: people, philanthropy, and community involvement. After reading all this, I got inspired, so I decided to join John Staff in this campaign, as well as use this whole media attention I was getting at that time to support my USBG bartending charity event, which my Father's Advice cocktail was the highlight and the feature. So I released a public statement on Boston.com, Boston Herald, CNN, Insider Edition, Business Insider, NBC, Fox News, Wall Street Journal, releasing a public statement. I said, I ask you to not just support us, but your neighborhood establishments, your local takeout restaurants, a bodega or market down the street. If we stick together and support our local community, we'll grow together as a community. Now, as a result, from this little mini campaign I did to start off my first half of my campaign, raised over $8,000 for charity. I was able to create viral, global awareness on my campaign as well as my cocktail. Which led me to win a Star Chef Award, which is a very prestigious award in America. At the gala, I served over 400 plus Father's Advice to consumers. I then got invited to the nightclub and bar show in Las Vegas. Now you need to realize, this is the biggest trade show for our industry in the world, bigger than Tales of the Cocktail, Portland Cocktail Week, anything. I was honored and humbled when they asked me to give a seminar on my winning cocktail, which is obviously Father's Advice. Over 100 guests, industry professionals from all over the world attended. Now, this was my promotional tour, which I designed. Obviously, I tried to mock the untamable advertisements. I featured this on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to promote this. I decided to visit these 4 cities: New York, Miami, Las Vegas, and LA. The reason why is because I wanted to hit all corners of the United States: north, east, south, and west. Now, there were a lot of constraints for my tour, my promotional. Now, obviously, the United States contributed on the 3-tier system, which is here. For the most part, it is illegal for a supplier, which is Bacardi, to support a bartender directly, which is me. I selected these cities because I have a lot of friends there and relationships that I knew I could leverage my campaign and get menu placements. I received no direct financial support from promotions. I was responsible for all expenses. I repeat that. I was responsible for all expenses. However, Bacardi did support me with airfare and hotel. Now, this is going to be a little more technical. So since winning nationals, I had 2 months, 8 weeks, 2 months to promote my cocktail. I was able to get 50 menu placements. We served over 10,000 cocktails. I'm going to repeat that, 10,000 cocktails in 2 months. Obviously, I made a little fancy graph for you guys. 42 of those 50 menu placements were temporary, and 8 of them were permanent. Now, myself personally, I sold over 3,200 of my Father's of Ice cocktails. 2,500 of them are at my bar, and they are continuing to sell. Actually, this week alone, we're hitting high numbers even more and more because of the whole competition. I sampled over 700 Fathers of Ice to consumers from between the award gala to nightclub and bar show. I use social media to promote my cocktail. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, with a hashtag Fathers of Ice. I even use traditional media, such as newspapers, seminars, awards galas. I was even featured on AskMan.com. I even did an interview with NPR, which got launched Monday, about Bacardi Legacy, my campaign, my cocktail. And keep in mind, this is a national broadcast that got broadcast all over the United States. I even went on local radio, Boston.com, to promote my cocktail. I was even featured on the cover of GQ as one of the bartenders of the year. Now, during my promotional tour, I did 10 guest trips across the United States. Please Don't Tell, Employees Only, Herbs and Rye, Solo House, you name it, all the great bars in the United States. I was a part of that, and so was my cocktail. I launched 2 promotional videos to support my cocktail, a trailer and a full-length thank you video to thank everyone for supporting me. This is my Fathers of Ice family, the people that are responsible for 10,000 cocktails. Now, what does it mean to win Legacy? You know, it's like, I've thought about this whole thing. This was a once-in-a-lifetime chance for me. I received amazing national and global exposure. I was able to create a brand for not just myself, but Fathers of Ice. I was able to travel and learn and share my passion for hospitality and our craft. And most importantly, this opened new career doors for me, like TV shows and book deals are currently pending, which I hope to continue to use Bacardi's core values in my future. Thank you.
Thank you very much. No, very impressive. Well done. We have 2 minutes of questions.
Yes. Thank you so much.
No, thank you.
Ran,
yes.
International bars,
yes.
Besides American bars,
yep.
Did you have any placement?
I had to Canada at the Temperance Society, sorry, I wish I know it by heart, and also in the boutique bar in Hungary. One of my friends was able to get me there. As far as Mexico, I was able to get bartender Orlando, who obviously didn't qualify for the national, for the globals to feature my cocktail.
Okay.
Keep in mind, this was all within 2 months.
Yep.
So.
What do you feel is the most creative element of your own back in this campaign to Drive Your Drink?
My creative element, obviously, you know, struggles. I mean, everything I do is for my family. And, you know, I've asked myself this, like, Bacardi Legacy, what does it mean for me? How am I going to control my legacy and keep my brand going, even if I win or lose? And I felt like, obviously, with everything happened with my campaign, the story behind it, it really helped launch me, and I was able to get more creative because I turned a struggle into a strength, and I feel like that's my most important back to this.
You obviously had the big issue at the beginning of the campaign, or the thing that almost spearheaded it, which was this court case.
Yes.
During all of that publicity and all of that time, how easy was it to turn the media to get them to focus on the message of the Father's advice and bring that into it rather than it just be about, hey, aren't you the guy who did that thing?
So obviously that was a big struggle for me, but you know, like I said, I implemented charity events where I was able to subliminally put in my cocktail to create awareness, and that got menu placements, that helped me get menu placements, that helped me spread the knowledge of Bacardi and the recipe of my cocktail, that most importantly, because there was a really organic story that everyone could relate to.
Was there any negative kind of reaction to that in terms of taking something that wasn't a brand issue and bringing the Bacardi brand into?
No, I honestly, I received nothing but support. I'm sure you guys read about this. Can I finish my sentence?
Yeah, sure.
I received global, like, on my phone right now, I still have over 6,000 emails I still need to respond to. Like, I'm taking my time to respond to everyone personally, thanking them for the support. I have bars reach out to me, hey, like, can I feature your cocktail? Would you mind? I mean, in 2 months, getting over 50 placements, that's absurd. You know what I mean? I felt like without everything that happened for a reason, I would not be able to achieve that. So I was able to turn a negative into a positive and use that as my strength.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you. Welcome.